Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy, John Megacycle here. The finals for the Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath AI-only tournament. I have two hard AIs here, Reaper-17 and Steel Talons. Throughout the last two matchups, the Steel Talons have proven not only to be the best Global Defense Initiative faction, but also the best as the defender of the Earth. Of course, take all that with a grain of salt, considering the AI is garbage, but play with me here. Reaper-17 versus Traveler-59 has proven to be the best inception of Scrin that is available, using all genetics, machinery, and everything at the Scrin's disposal. Reaper-17 has proven that it is the best inception of the Scrin. That being said, Reaper-17 has now been given the blessings of the High Order to invade the Earth, and Steel Talons are the ones that have chosen to pick up the banner and defend Earth against the invading alien force. Let's see how this pans out. This is going to be a best-of-3 match. As you can see, both are set to hard AI, both are set to balanced, no teams, 10,000 monies, that's all there is to it. So let's have at.
Structure. You have lost.
Selling my MCV, as is normal, so that way I am removed from the match, but I still get to spectate. Infantry right away for Reaper-17. That's an interesting take here. Infantry right away for... Yup. Steel Talons, okay. Already seen some engineers and already some assimilators. This is already very exciting and very close. Buzzers as a rebuttal against Steel Talon infantry. That's going to be interesting. That's going to shut down any engineer shenanigans unless this guy's quick. He's able to pick up that tower really quickly. He's also probably going to get the hovel right away. Okay, let's take a look at the build. That feels like a crane or a refinery to me. This feels like a refinery? A crane, a GDI crane, okay. First GDI crane so far. Interesting. Now, one watchtower will shred all of these buzzers, and they're retreating. They don't have a valid target anymore. They're not going to go after any engineers because there's none to go after. Oh, I take that back. I take that back. Buddy, you better hustle your bustle. No amount of crunches are going to make this work. Yep, insta-gib. Okay, those buzzers were already a good investment. Buzzers, imagine buzzers as like melee snipers. Okay, already having a bit of a field day here. One Wolverine will shut all that down, but I'm very confident we're going to see a refinery before a war factory. Yeah, okay, refinery before war factory. What do we have here? Still the, oh, two refineries, yep. Interesting stuff. Let's take a quick look at the Tiberium spikes. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. An assimilator on the way there. I don't see anything over here. Still aggravating the crap out of that harvester. Which I think is funny. Scrin units get stronger, or at least heal themselves, when they are inside of Tiberium. So, those... Okay, there we go, War Factory. Just one Wolverine. That's all you need. Seeing a bit of infantry, another assimilator. Right now, Scrin have two of the Tiberium spikes. You built another engineer. Ugh, that's $500. You're just flushing away. Bad decision-making. Bad decision-making. Oh, actually, they stole this one as well. I take that back. That's 3-0. I don't see any Steel Talons owning anything. Oh, man. Oh, can you make it? I thought I saw some buzzers on the way. I did. Oh, man. Oh, man. You gotta hustle that bustle, son. Hustle that bustle. You're not facing the right way. You're not facing... Okay. Holy cow, that was too close for comfort. Steel Talon are going to have to pull some magic out of their rumpus because this is not a good situation. Okay, sold that refinery. Good call there. No need to have a structure that's just going to sit there and do nothing. Steel Talon should definitely steal this Tiberium Spike back, and they did. Excellent. That was going to be my advice. Well done, well done. A third refinery, which means 4 harvesters. That's pretty cheeky. I like that. What do we have here? 3 refineries, 4 harvesters. Okay. Weapons. Oh, a warp sphere, right? Say a war factory. A lot of buzzers flying around. A couple of Wolverines would be a really nice cleanup crew right about now. But I'm not seeing anything out of Steel Talon. A lot of power plants. Why 4 power plants? I think you could run this whole base with probably 2. GDI power plants are pretty good. I believe GDI power plants perform better than NOD power plants, and NOD power plants are cheaper because of it. Okay, this is an interesting matchup. Good to see some military in the field. No, why did you make another engineer? Ugh. And these boys are going to get evacuated out. Yep. Buzzers act a lot like, you have to be kidding me. Buzzers act a lot like, yep, flamethrowers or grenadiers, or grenadiers, however you want to pronounce it. You have to be kidding me. Stop building engineers. They can evacuate structures instantly. Just poof. Nothing there. I think this is a bad match, and I think Steel Talon is going to get their butts kicked in. Oof. Yeah, that Titan's dead. And there's nothing else here to defend Steel Talon. That's it. Okay, Orca's interesting choice. That'll help against some of the vehicles. Another refinery. Really interesting placement on that one. Yep, this is, I think this is a wash. It's not a wash. Hang on. Different word. I think Reaper-17 is going to have this one. Unless the pro strat is going to be a ton more Orcas, I don't know how this is going to fly. Reaper already has a dominating level of control over the entire map. Still Tiberium Spikes. I'm very sure recaptured that one. Yep. And I'm sure is going to send another engineer to recapture that one. I think from an economic standpoint, Steel Talons doesn't have a chance. Also, I see the shadow of an Orca here. But I don't see the Orca? Oh, okay. I'm like, maybe I am losing my mind. Take all these Orcas, pick apart these Seekers one after another, come back and repair, and then you've got a good stationary force. Because I see a lot of anti-infantry or anti-structure units here. I don't see a lot of anti-air, aside from those Seekers. Also, 2 watchtowers could make that an easy deal. Steel Talons, you perform so well against Zocom. And then you perform just as well against the Marked of Cain. And now, you got nothing, son. We're getting wrecked. Get out there. Do something. Yeah, there's also really good unit composition coming out of Reaper here. Yeah, none of that really is going to stand up at all. Again, got some Orcas here. You could do some pick work. Like, I would swing south and start picking these off one after another so that way you don't get ganged up. But what's going to happen is this structure's probably going to do nothing until it gets attacked. So what are you researching? What do you even have? You have sensor pods and you have hard points. Hard points would give you more armor. Is that honestly what you're waiting for? More armor? Oh, there we go. Okay. Where are you going? Are you going for a power plant? The AI always attacks a power plant with this stupid ability. Yep. Which is never strong enough to destroy a power plant. And I left for 2 seconds and the Air Force is gone. And it's still researching a thing. even with this little expansion over here, it's far too little, far too late. You gotta really push early with those expansions to really get the job going. Or, yeah. Same logic when capturing the Tiberium spikes. You have to consider an investment. You gotta go in early, get that finder's fee, and then every second you have it is $10 more you have that the enemy doesn't. Yep, this is it. Oh, no, this is it. Now we're done. Okay. Wow, overwhelming force. Absolutely overwhelming force. Where did it all fall apart? It kind of felt like it all fell apart. Yeah, just right at the units. Just the Skrin always had way, way, way more units. So, as usual, let's switch position. And let's have at it. Good luck, have fun. Really hoping to see a proper reprisal out of the Steel Talons this match.
You have lost.
Sure did. Sure did. Yeah, put up a good fight, but got defeated in the end. I lasted 7 seconds. Amazing. Amazing. Alright, refinery first, I'm sure, out of both of these blokes. Yep, sure enough. Sure enough. And then a power plant. Sure enough. Sure enough. Crane? Looks like a crane to me. The crane isn't bad. If you're not familiar with what the crane does, it allows for a second production tab of structures, so you can get more structures out faster. Wow, okay. A foundry. Interesting. It allows you to get structures out faster, but the thing is you only have so much money, so the crane only really is good for so long. Alright, no crane on Steel Talon's side, but a second refinery. What are we going to see out of Skrin then? Out of Reaper-17? Another refinery, I'm sure. Yep, another refinery. Interesting placement. And then probably the warp sphere, right? Oh, a third refinery. Okay, interesting. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. You can still keep building quite fast. Okay, that worked. Yeah, it worked really good. Okay. Worked really well, I should say. But yeah, after a certain point, when you're out of cash, and this is going to happen pretty soon, the crane, or I guess the foundry in this case, just acts as a second tab. So that way if you ever lose your drone platform or construction yard or whatever it's called, you still have a way to make more structures. Again, it can't build any defensive structures, so that makes it a little limited in use. But as long as you know that going in, it's not that big of a deal. Another harvester. Interesting. I think that's the first time we've seen a harvester come out of a war factory this match. Or this tournament, or whatever. 2 refineries, 4 harvesters. That's not bad. I usually aim to a 2-to-5 ratio. So for every 2 refineries, 5 harvesters, but that also depends on distance. Okay, another refinery. Good to see some very strong economic growth here. We have 3 refineries, 4 harvesters here. Okay, they're pretty much neck and another harvester. Wow, okay. As long as they're able to defend any expansions they get going on, this is brilliant. Both players really ramping up hard, making sure they got the cash for the long haul. But as I said before, this is dangerous. I would love to see 2 Wolverines and 3 Titans come in here and just really wreck the joint, or a handful of Disintegrators come right up. Okay, 2 war factories always has me nervous. Steel Talons better have more than enough economic clout to keep these factories running 100% of the time. If you don't build another factory. If you have too much money, build another factory or something. But if you don't have the money to support it, building another factory is just a waste of time. Yep. Our warp sphere coming in for vehicles. And also Reaper-17 getting on their own expansion set with the Explorer. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of machinery here. Are you stuck? Oh no, you're fine. That was weird. We seeing our first attack? It's really weird how this works. I was gonna say it kind of feels like the AI that spawns down here is kind of dumb. But we've seen Steel Talon spawn down here and still perform very well. So I don't know, maybe it's the balanced portion of the AI? I don't really understand what the deal is. I might want to try this again as brutal, but I've really enjoyed this so far. It's nice to just commentate. Not really playing the game, just kind of chilling, you know? I would definitely expect to see a refinery pop up down here somewhere. We don't have a crane, so if that's mostly empty, that means nothing is being produced. Or it just started. Yeah, that could be a refinery. Seeing a lot of heavy units hitting the field. Skrin is going to need a lot of the Seeker tanks. The Seeker tanks do a lot better of a job against vehicles. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but that little build bar right there is fluctuating pretty hard. Okay, it's fine now. A second there was bouncing left and right a lot. And that means you're trying to build something out of it, but you can't because you don't have the cash. Or the cash is coming in really slowly. Okay, some decent amount of gun walkers. Shard walkers. Yeah, you definitely need something that's better anti-vehicle. Steel Talon really pulling out all the stops this round. Sending in tons of reinforcements, expanding economically. Even so without a barracks. Hasn't touched any of the Tiberium spikes. And actually has Reaper-17 either. No. None of the Tiberium spikes have been touched. It's almost like there was some weird truce. Reaper-17 getting its internal organs violently redistributed across the battlefield. A lot of tech structures here. Signal transmitter. I thought I saw a tech assembler. Yeah. Right there. Like, a lot of good potential to hit some high-end stuff. But if you don't have the cash and you can't do it, there's literally no point to building the structure. You're not going to get bonus points for looks. This isn't SimCity. It's not a tourist destination. Structure by structure is just getting peeled apart by these titans. Wolverine's doing an excellent job keeping the buzzers at bay. This is going to be it for Reaper-17. Absolutely. Oh, a tripod. That'll do some damage, but not enough. Yep, there you go. That's the power play. You could have still popped that Titan. Still could have run over more of the Wolverines. But yeah, that was a power play right there. A rift generator. Okay. Now I get where all the technology went. And the reason for all that. Steel Talon still moving very, very strongly. I finally see a barracks being built, and they started capturing Tiberium spikes. Yep, things are moving really well for Steel Talon. Titans stomping around the battlefield, making sure there's no other shenaniganry to be found. Yep, this is all shut down. There's more than enough stuff prowling the battlefield. I think this is a done deal. By a long shot. It's really weird that we keep seeing the AI going for either incredibly high-tech solutions or no-tech solutions. There's rarely, like, a nice middle ground. Yeah, if it were me, sell off a lot of this high-tech stuff, deploy a ton of disintegrators and some base defense, see if you can hold the line. But now yeah. there's just too much. There's just too much at this point. Oh, wonderful decision, a gravity stabilizer. Actually, no sarcasm. That's a really decent choice considering I don't see any anti-air on the battlefield whatsoever. Unfortunate for them, they don't really have the cash to make it work, and there's just too much Titan Wolverine on the battlefield. This just is straight up not gonna fly at all. That's just gonna get picked apart. Again, it really feels like that rusher mentality seems to be the deal. Every single faction that has waited and gone the high-tech route to get either the ion cannon or the nuke or whatever, it never really seems to pan out. It's almost if they're anticipating they're fighting a much slower player. But I'm going to take about a 2-second break here. I'll be right back, and then we'll have the final match. All right. Let's kick this final match off, shall we? Really nice comeback from Steel Talon that last one, but I don't know if that's going to really pan out this time.
Structure sold. You have lost.
Power plant first off. Refinery out of Steel Talons, I'm sure. Ooh, okay. Probably assimilators and buzzers, I would guess. Yep. Yep, one for the mutant hovel, one for the Tiberium spike. Yep. Yep. Refinery. Yep, there we are. Power plant, I'm sure. Yep. That's going to be another refinery. Oh, War Factory. Okay. They're about the same time. So, good surprise. Foundry right here, the crane equivalent. Reaper-17 really starting to get its roots in, get a lot of units out there. A lot of engineer type. Okay, I would love to see Steel Talons produce another refinery, 2 harvesters, and then double down on weaponry. Okay, Titan, this is going to be a refinery, I'm sure, and you're out of money. See, this is the problem. If that's a second war factory, I'm going to lose my mind. Now again, if this is another refinery, I would have ordered this harvester to go back home like immediately. I don't care if you got $5 or $50 or $500. I just need a little bit of money. Yep. Okay. Second refinery. Thank goodness for that. This portal, they are also strapped for cash, so we're not going to see a lot of military out there, but we've already seen a lot of pull in terms of the Tiberium spikes. That's going to be the second one. They're going to get the $500 finder's fee out of it. Just like that. And the third spike they're going to own is this one very soon, I'm sure. Wait, did that assimilator come down here? Oh, maybe it did. I lost visual of it, to be honest. But these 2 Titans right here, crank out 2 Wolverines and go start harassing the enemy harvesters. Get some serious work done with that. Just sell a power plant? The heck? Okay, yep, there's another assimilator heading out. Not seeing any capture of the refinery, so that's... Okay, 2 refineries, 3 harvesters. Alright. What do we have here? 3 refineries, 4 harvesters. Okay. The gap isn't as severe as I thought it was going to be. Okay, some anti-vehicle stuff, the Seekers, and anti-vehicle infantry, the Disintegrators. That's a really good combo, considering you know you're fighting Steel Talon. You know they're going to double down on some vehicle. That's not a bad call at all. Absolutely not a bad choice. So now, doubling down on... You've already got 3 Titans. If it were me, I would pull a little more rank in terms of economy, and then 5 Wolverines, 4 Wolverines. You might have something that could really punch a hole. Oh, we've already got some approach. Steel Talons have no anti-infantry whatsoever. That makes me nervous. 2 Watchtowers would shred all this infantry. Okay, trying to get some initial damage here. Honestly, if I were also the Steel Talon player, I'd pull back the Titans, get them within the range of the repair bubble of the War Factory. That's free repairs. It doesn't have to... Oof. Your vehicles don't have to do anything to enjoy that repair. Yeah, those Disintegrators, absolutely. And now the Buzzers are going to unoccupy that structure. Yep. And it's game over. It's absolutely game over. Yeah, there's nothing left. Oh yeah, build infantry. That's a good call. Titans, start stepping on stuff. The Disintegrators make that really hard, actually, because they'll explode when they're stepped on. That makes it really awkward. Like, you could sacrifice your unit, run over the enemy, and take some damage. Still get the unit killed, but you might lose your stuff too. Yeah, there's too much. There's way too much. This is done already. I think I'm willing to call it. The Skrin have successfully invaded the Earth. Unfortunately, Earth's greatest factions, greatest champions, greatest organizations were no match for the absolute flurry of Skrin units coming through. Absolutely stampeding every single front. Nothing left. Yep. When they can shut down harvesters just like that, it's too much. It's just too much. Yeah, and I don't think I saw any expansion points. Yeah, there's a outpost right over there. But with no construction yard in place, it's kind of a moot point. It is now impossible for Steel Talon to win. No production capability whatsoever. All the money in the world doesn't matter either. Oh, no income either. Yep, all their harvesters are dead. Oof. I was really hoping for a bit more of a smash up, bit more of a slobberknocker. Is that the name of it? I don't know, but I was hoping for a bit more of a challenge. When you can be Skrin and crank out a ton of infantry and even just a few vehicles, a few of these Seekers with Disintegrators, you've got a real meaty combo. It's really, really strong. Yeah, there's nothing left here. The invasion has fallen to alien interlopers. Game over. News every hour. Sports on the 15s. Weather on the 5s. Yeah, got nothing else to say. It just got immediately diabolically rinsed. Yeah. So you can kind of see where the third harvester came in for Steel Talon, and the 4th one came in for Reaper-17. That was painful to watch. That was really bad. Yeah. More than enough units to get the job done. That shut everything down. Reaper-17 is the winner of this tournament. Thank you all for joining me. This was a lot of fun. It was really cool to just see and commentate instead of like playing and controlling and commanding and conquering and all that. So this was a blast. If you liked this format, if you enjoyed this kind of entertainment, if you enjoyed this show, feel free to let me know. I'll start looking into other video games and I'll do the same format with something else. I had a delightful time. I hope you did too. And yeah, thanks for joining me, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.